What are some green flags early on in dating that the relationship should become serious? They genuinely like being able to do things to help you out and vice versa. Big evidence on the vice versa part though. The great feeling of helping someone out can fade fast once you realize you're being manipulated. Both people genuinely enjoying the conversation, being attentive to each other. No negative attitude either. Being weird together after only a couple of dates. It has taken me forever with most. But if I'm able to open up and be silly, then I know it's a really good sign, as I'm an introvert and incredibly shy around someone new, especially someone I see as a partner. My husband and I backcountry camped on our second date. He was a pro, so I trusted him abs. He says he was impressed at my willingness to be bold and do something adventurous. We spent several hours hiking into spot with only conversation in the woods. We set up camp and cooked together. The feeling was peace. Just at peace to be with each other, work as a team and comfortable with the quiet and fire. I knew he was the one that night. I always thought love at first sight would be a powerful rush or energy. Turns out it feels like coming home. When your soul feels at peace, that's a green flag, my friends. About 4 months into my relationship, I got injured. There was a chance that I wouldn't be able to walk again. My then girlfriend, now wife, said, "Don't worry, it's going to be okay. We can figure this out either way." I'm okay now, but just knowing she was going to stay with me no matter what was huge. We've been together 8 years now. We have our challenges, but at the end of the day we both know we're there for each other. How good is their company during a drive, or when there is nothing to do? My future wife and I found that we love just spending time together. We could talk for hours in a car during a drive. Sometimes the drive was more interesting than where we were going. A few weeks into our relationship, we went through a drive-through and she spontaneously unwrapped and rewrapped my burger so I could eat it while driving with clean hands. I knew I was going to marry her. Just over a week from now it will be 23 years. If they respond well when you are dealing with a crisis situation, or when you are seriously ill, or when your family member is seriously ill, they may be a keeper. In other words, how do they act/interact with you during times of stress? Does their presence/behavior help? Do they make it worse, or do they make themselves scarce? On my second date, before I was supposed to move states, we got stuck in a parking garage cause of an accident for 45 minutes. We watched a non-subtitled foreign film on my phone, enjoyed talking with one another, and we connected despite being done with what we had planned to do and were stuck in a car. I ended up canceling my move and marrying the woman. You genuinely enjoy one another's company during dull moments. Life's full of them and you are going to want a partner who you can enjoy them with. I think silence is underappreciated in relationships in general, not just in romantic relationships. There's an oceanic feeling when you're with a good friend just quietly taking in the whole world around you. When you can talk forever about pretty much anything, and when something you have different opinions about becomes an interesting discussion rather than a fight. Important. If you cannot air out your problems, making necessary accommodations, and have different opinions, do not think it will magically change when in relationship. The ability to apologize. If your partner never sees their faults, it'll never work. Being able to make each other laugh. Understanding the other person's sense of humor is critical in long relationships, and besides, do you really want to get serious with someone who can't hardly make you laugh or smile? This is so important. I don't think people realize how many arguments can be avoided when you understand when someone is joking. Goes for relationships and general life relationships. I just broke up with someone who didn't understand that unnecessarily serious answers to funny/controversial comments is a form of humor for me and that my feelings are not hurt. Until I read this, I didn't realize how much strain this little fact had put on our interactions. The one that surprised me the most was being upset and telling my BF how I needed them to do XYZ, help me with chores, walk the dog every once in a while, etc. Because I was overwhelmed and frustrated, and he just responded, "Okay, I didn't know you felt like that. I'll try to do better, but please remind me if I forget," and that was that. And he did. It seemed small and obvious, but holy crap, I don't think I had ever felt more heard. When, during an argument, both parties take time to listen and respond thoughtfully to their partner and show genuine concern for the distress in their partner, even if it is small, this is major. My wife and I both pride our relationship on our handling of our disagreements. If either of us starts to get angry, we stop separate for a while, then come back with cooler heads and iron it out. The adage "don't go to bed angry I hate" cause sometimes that cool down period helps. But you still have to be open and communicate what it is you are feeling and why. You go on a road trip together and still like each other at the end of it, absolutely. Traveling together in general is a great test of a relationship. My boyfriend and I have traveled internationally together 3 times now. Twice while dating and once before we got together. Packing, airports, cabs, foreign languages, etc. Being able to navigate all the potentially stressful aspects of traveling and still have a good time together is a huge green flag in my opinion. Do they respect your boundaries? Do they apologize or acknowledge if they have done something wrong without making themselves the victim? Comfortable silences. If you can enjoy each other's companies without needing a distraction, you're usually golden. Noticing the other does not take themselves too seriously. In the very early days of dating my now husband, we took a long road trip for a romantic getaway in Boston. The first night in town, expensive dinner in a famous seafood restaurant. The server brings the bill and takes my date's credit card. Server comes back with the news that the credit card was declined. Both he and I burst out laughing at the same moment. That was my green flag. Being comfortable with time apart. Early on in my relationship, he went out of town with his family. When he arrived back in town, he called me and thanked me for giving him space, but now he misses me and wants to come over. Apparently, his last girlfriend had him on the phone day and night when he was out of town, and he was shocked I didn't call him at all. I was respecting his space. We've been married 5 years now, and I still don't bother him when he's gone for a weekend. He calls me every night before bed, but I don't bug him because I want him to enjoy his time without worrying about me. It helps that I trust him. When you feel completely at ease with them, you feel you can totally be yourself. Love is fireworks at first, but if they come with a warm glow rather than edginess, that's a good sign. If you set a boundary and they respect it. If you say that you are more comfortable meeting them at the date location after they offer you a ride, they shouldn't insist on picking you up. Yeah. See how someone reacts when you say no to them. If they respect it, it's pretty good. Although you must be careful, people such as narcissists are good at giving you whatever you want at the beginning of a relationship. If you set a boundary and they respect it. If you say that you are more comfortable meeting them at the date location after they offer you a ride, they shouldn't insist on picking you up. Yeah. See how someone reacts when you say no to them. If they respect it, it's pretty good. Although you must be careful, people such as narcissists are good at giving you whatever you want at the beginning of a relationship. I knew my boyfriend was the one when I asked him how an internal combustion engine actually works. All my life I had been dismissed when I asked cause I just wouldn't understand. He immediately pulled the car over and explained the entire engine from crank to carb. I totally understood and was grateful. He saw that I was genuinely interested and he had the respect to take the time to explain. We have been together for over 40 years and working on our project cars is still one of our favorite couples pastime. Also, he leaves the crunchy French fries for me even though they are his favorite too. I asked my then girlfriend to hand me a screwdriver. She asked flathead, Phillips or vodka? It was then, I knew she was the one. She agrees to go out with me. Major green flag. The stories were good enough that you made it this far. And we all know I got the cleanest voice of all Reddit videos on YouTube. Return the favor and smash the fucking shit out of that like button, my gals and guys. I love you, motherfuckers. Take care.